guys, welcome to Sea Life Sydney Aquarium. My name's Ali and this is another Fishy Features of the week. So this week we are going to be talking about our trevally fish. They're a part of the family Coringidae, and we've got quite a few species of trevally in our aquarium, but one of our trevally species is our silver trevally, which is just behind me. You can see them schooling here just above the tunnel, and right here as well. And so the silver trevally are found around Sydney, mainly in the lower regions of Australia. So you can see here on this map, we've got our other trevally species that you find in our Great Barrier Reef tank, and they tend to live in the northern parts of Australia, whereas our silver trevally, they're locals, and we find them along the southern coast and around New South Wales. So silver trevally, they are really cool. They are a schooling fish. So that's different to shoaling. So shoaling is something where fish stick together, but only for social reasons like mating. But our silver trevally, they actually school. So that means they swim in unison with one another. This is to avoid predation. It's also to help with mating, help with finding food, and also just scavenging, etc., which is pretty cool. So what we feed our silver trevally here are normally crustaceans. We like to mince up prawns, mussel meat, and other little bits like that, and we throw those in the water and they come around and they pick at those. In the wild they would hunt for crustaceans. They also tend to hunt together, which is cooperative hunting, so that makes it a bit more efficient. It's easier for them to capture food when they're hunting all together. And then they also breed together, so they do something called spawning, which is where the females will put the eggs into the water column and the males will put the sperm into the water column, and they will mix together to form an embryo. So you'll see in the open ocean, the adults will swim off and they'll be schooling together, and then they'll do spawning in these summer months. And you'll see these big clouds of sperm and eggs, and then the currents will take those sperm and eggs and move them offshore so they're safe from predators on the reef and coastal areas. So silver trevally and most trevally species have a compressed body that's also very elongated, and then a very forked tail. So you'll notice when you're looking at their tails, they go in very much like a very sharp triangle. These features make them really, really fast, so they can easily get prey, which is pretty cool, and it also means when they're schooling together, everyone can move really quickly, especially when there's predators around and they're trying to swim away from them. So they'll school really tightly and be swimming really fast and make really sharp turns, and that's all because of the way their body is shaped. They also have two spines located near their caudal fin, which is another word for their tail fin, and that is one way you can identify a fish from the family Coringidae, is they normally will have those two spines, and almost all trevallies have those. So silver trevally, they are a predator here in Sydney, but that's only for smaller things like prawns and small crustaceans. They also sometimes eat larvae in the water column, so little baby crustaceans and prawns, etc., floating around. But something that might eat one of our trevallies would possibly be a wobbegong shark. So they would eat those. Other shark species, such as grey nurse sharks, possibly stingrays, if they found one kind of laying on the ocean floor. But yeah, so wobbegongs would probably be a top predator around Sydney. They do not eat each other in our tank though. That is a question we get all the time. Do the sharks eat the fish? No, they do not. Our wobbegongs are fed quite regularly, and so are our grey nurse sharks. So there's no need for them to snack on our lovely trevally that we have in here. So don't worry, there'll be plenty of fish for you to come and see when you book your ticket to come to the aquarium. So silver trevally are related to yellowtail, which if anybody is a fan of snorkeling or scuba diving, you might have seen schools of them over around Shelley Beach in Manly. That's a really popular spot to see these types of fish that school together. It's a sanctuary zone, so that means that people can't fish there or take any marine life from that area. So it's got a really good healthy habitat. So if you want to go see some of these fish, I suggest you go snorkeling there or scuba diving if you have a license. And you can see these guys, which is pretty cool. They tend to stay in cooler temperate waters. Temperate just means subtropical, so not super warm, gets up to like 20 degrees in summer and down to 15, 14 degrees in winter. And then, yeah, they do sometimes head up the coast a little bit, but not much further past New South Wales, the northest point of that. Thank you so much, guys, for watching Fishy Features this week on our lovely Trevally. If you do want to see them up close and personal, you guys can come to the aquarium, and make sure to book your tickets online, and hope to see you soon. Thanks.